Have you ever looked at a new player and wondered what is going on inside his empty brain? Like, why? Why build a sentry inside the inter room and not even upgrade it? Why are you just staying in one spot doing nothing? And then it hit me. Why did he choose engineer? Out of all the choices, he decided that he wants to go Texas style. Why? Is it because you can literally summon a killing machine to do the job for you? Is the engineer even a good class for beginners? Like, definitely there are better choices as your first class to play. This class just doesn't build a good foundation of knowledge about the other 8 classes' mechanics. And that makes me wonder, what class is the best for new players? Which one teaches the most about TF2 mechanics and gives enough feedback to help players grow? In this video, we'll be ranking all classes from 0 to 5 to see which one is the best for new players. We will be ranking them based on 3 factors: accessibility, ease of understanding, and how much they teach. And the final score will be an average of these 3 factors. So let's start with the worst class for new players, which is the sniper. Yeah, surprisingly, he is the worst class for new players. Okay, maybe not surprisingly, because he doesn't teach anything besides how to move and shoot. I am excluding the Jarate since it's an unlockable weapon and not a stock one. Alright, maybe he does teach us something, which is the blue or red dot that indicates where a sniper is aiming. So next time when new players play other classes, they know that they should not come out when they see a dot of the enemy's team color. But it's not very obvious, and it might take a few deaths for some new player as sniper to understand why the other team doesn't walk out of their spawn. So, for accessibility, sniper gets a 4. He's easy to pick up and learn what he does, but to be good at him, you need to learn how to aim, which is one of the hardest things to learn TF2. For ease of understanding, he gets a 1. He literally teaches just one simple mechanic, and that is not even obvious at first. And for that, he also gets a 1 for how much he teaches, which averages out a score of 2 out of 5. But because I fucking hate sniper with a burning passion, I'll take 1 point off, so 1 out of 5. Easily the worst class to start playing TF2. Yeah, it's true. Heavy is the second worst class to start TF2 with. He has similar problems to sniper, but where Heavy improves is that it doesn't communicate to new players that they should stay in one spot scope in. Instead, it's telling them that they should go and adventure and find people to kill instead of waiting for an enemy to do that. Heavy also introduces beginners to the high risk, high reward statement because of his slow mobility, but also because of his high base health. So you either go in a fight and die because of your slow speed making you unable to escape, or win the fight because of your 300 HP status. Other classes communicates this statement better, but Heavy is a nice simple introduction. And since you are most likely to get pocketed by a medic as Heavy than sniper, Heavy teaches that this is the guy that will help you in fights without actually needing to play as medic. But you will still better off playing as medic because as a free-to-play player, you have low chances to actually get pocketed. So Heavy gets a 5 for accessibility. Very simple to start with and also simple to get good at. For ease of understanding, he will get a 2. The only thing that he does teach us is not really going to be felt at first because Heavy minigun does a ton of damage. So by the time you actually start noticing that, you'll already put more than 10 hours in this class. And he gets a 1 for how much does he teach. He doesn't teach much. So Heavy's final score is 2.6 out of 5. There are better choices out there. God damn it, the motherfucker. The Scout is the third worst class. You might say that both Sniper and Scout do the same thing, only teaches you how to gun and run. But Scout does have something that makes him a lot better for new players than Sniper, which is his ability of double jumping. This quickly teaches new players that Scout is the only one that can double jump and can use that to quickly escape from scary situations. You also learn that Scout is the fastest class, and you can use that to your advantage to maneuver around an enemy to disorient them so they will hit less shots on you. Scout also has only 125 HP, which means that beginners after a few deaths will think, you know, I do have a low base HP, so I think I should be more careful about my health and make sure that if I'm on the verge of dying, I should start getting out of the fight. Since you don't stay in one spot the whole game, Scout makes you think if you should go for that one sweet kill or not, introducing new players to the high skill, high reward thing. He does that better than Heavy, by the way. So, for accessibility, Scout gets a 5. Very easy to pick up the class and isn't as hard to get good at, since you don't need perfect aim. For ease of understanding, he gets a 3. A lot of things he does teach are easy to understand, but they really depend on the maps and how much you know their layout so that you can take full advantage of. And finally, for how much does he teach, he gets a 2. He does teach more than Sniper, but these are Scout specific things. And his final score is a rounded 3 out of 5. Much better than Sniper, but still not too good for new players. The Spy, the tricky sneaky bastard, is surprisingly high on this list. It does teaches beginners 2 of the most important things to look for when playing other classes, which is that Spy can disguise as other classes and he can turn invisible every time he wants. Those 2 things alone should make a new player think, this dude can disguise, kill me with 1 step from behind, and he can turn invisible. So next time when I play other classes, I should be checking corners and my back from time to time so that he doesn't kill me. Also, as Spy, you are targeted by Pyros. So he's a good introduction to Pyro and why you should avoid him when playing Spy or other classes. This is going to be the last time I refer to the high risk, high reward sentence. That's because Spy is literally all about that. You either go for that sweet stab and risk getting killed by the 2 Pyros and Heavy from the opposite team, or you manage to escape them. So, for accessibility, Spy gets a 3. You need to learn to blend in really well with the enemy team so that they don't suspect you and try to spy check. You need to learn to play pretend, which is the hardest thing for a new player to learn and get good at least in my opinion. For ease of understanding, he gets a 4. Pretty easy to understand why he gets a 4. And for how much does he teach, he gets a 3. He does teach a little, but what he does teach are some very important things. And so Spy's final score is 3.3 out of 5. You know, I didn't expect the engineer to be so high on this list. Like, really, most beginners might choose this class and then just sit in the intel room with just a sentry. No dispenser, no teleporter. But if a smart free-to-play will pick NG, will know that instead of guarding something with a sentry, they should use the teleporters to help his team get faster to the objective. They should use a dispenser to help them whenever they are low HP or low ammo. And build a level 3 sentry to help in the battlefield. Which all of these are very important stuff that if built could mean a win for the team. You won't believe in my time of playing TF2 how many times my team lost because of our engineer didn't help out with a healing or teleportation machine. For accessibility, he gets a 4. Could be a 5, but most new players struggle with the engineer from what I'm seeing. A 3 for ease of understanding, and another 4 for how much does it teach, with a final score of 3.6 out of 5. A pretty good choice actually. God damn it. Say what you want, Pyro is actually good for beginners, and it's because of his flamethrower, and other factors like air blast. Knowing that you should not shoot rockets or other explosives at the Pyro because he can just press M2 is a very important thing to remember, especially when you are together with your team on a payload card or on the final point. Also, just knowing how to use the flamethrower and its air blast is an important thing in general. I mean, with air blast, you can destroy that level 3 sentry, you can push an ubered enemy away or off a cliff, extinguish your teammates. God, please don't use that, please don't. Too bad TF2 just doesn't teach you about the air blast, and you need to look at the weapon stats to know that it exists. And with the flamethrower's flames, you need to know how to press M1, but it's very effective, which is why it's great for beginners. Easy class to get the hang out of TF2, plus an introduction to air blast. So, for accessibility, Pyro gets a 5. Are you even surprised? Yeah. For ease of understanding, he gets a 4. Again, are you surprised? And a 3 for how much he teaches. He kinda only teaches the air blast, but come on, it's air blast. Very important to know as a Pyro or as other classes. And his final score is 4 out of 5. Okay, look, a class that I don't hate. Shocker, you know. Medic, our favorite doctor. Come on, you know Medic will be hype. He's the only class that can heal you directly, plus he has this one little thing. You might have heard about it from memes and other stuff. It's called Uber. You get Uber by healing teammates. So basically, do your job and in return you get 8 seconds of invisibility. So any damage you take in this 8 seconds period will do absolutely nothing. Besides Uber, Medic also teaches a lot about positioning yourself out of the enemy view when needed, who should deserve heals by how they are doing. The syringe gun is garbage, don't use it unless the enemy is at low health, and how to just lay down and let the team do the job for you. So yeah, for accessibility, he gets a 5, but easy to pick up and have a good time. For ease of understanding, he gets a 5, and for how much he teaches, he gets a 3, with a final score of 4.3 out of 5. Yeah, it's a pretty good class, you know, it's a good class. So for the last two, we have Soldier and Demo Man. And to decide who is going to be in second place, I have this button. When I press it, one of you will explode, and whoever explodes will be in second place. Alright, you guys are ready?
No!
No? Okay, good, I'll press it. So, the Soldier, easily a very good class for beginners. While the rocket launcher is a bit hard to get good at and hit them nasty airshots and direct hits. New players should see that since they are not too good with the rocket launcher, they should shoot the rockets at the enemy's feet, which most of the time it will guarantee in a big amount of damage. So that is an easy thing to do with a rocket launcher. He is a good introduction to projectile and hit scan weapons, as he has a shotgun as a secondary. There is rocket jumping, which is very good, but quite hard to get good at, and the game doesn't really teach you that it exists. But when you find out about It's easy to understand how to do easy jumps to get out of scary situations, while you still get the help for this kind of escape. And there are a bunch of different factors that are just tied to this one weapon. So, for accessibility, he gets a 4. For ease of understanding, he gets a 5. And for how much he teaches, he gets another 5. With a final score of 4.6 out of 5. Civilian, baby, let's go, civilian, come on, you can do it. It's the moment. It's the moment. You said that in the skit after I rated medic. Yeah, he is similar to soldier. I mean, you have a primary that shoots explosives, so you can hit air shots, direct hits, and you can also jump with them pipe bombs. Bombs also go in an arch, which in my opinion is easier to hit with them than soldiers' rockets. But Demoman also has a sticky bomb launcher, which you can do a few things with it, like sticky jumping, sticky trapping, sticky sniping, sticky sticky spamming. You can do that. Yeah, a lot of other stuff you can do with demo. So, with the final score of 5 for all 3 factors, Demoman gets a perfect 5 out of 5 for the final score. Good job, Demoman. Thanks for teaching the newbies.